right, here we are, everybody, down here. I'm going solo at the Pod Populi podcast studios in downtown Scottsdale. My co-host, Dr. Jacoby, is traveling from his home to a patient's home. He is a doctor that makes house calls, so shout out to Dr. Rick Jacoby, at a client or patient of his who I think he treated with some stem cells and solved the problem, as we talk about a lot in our podcasts, in our episodes. So this is sort of my diary today. I guess I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I'm doing. We're live streaming here direct to LinkedIn, and then I have my Zoom going as well. So we're recording there. So this is a lot of fun, and I'm first time solo. I've done about 20 episodes. I tell you, I started my first episode, I believe, was in May down here, and it was with Rick, and I've done about 20 episodes so far, and it has just totally changed my life. And I can't, tell the listeners enough of how much it has taught me to speak, to convey, your value add, to communicate better with people and to connect with people. Ultimately, podcasting is about connecting with a guest, and I have about half a dozen or so startup clients that I'm consulting for, and I've had most of the CEOs of those companies on my podcast, and it's just a great way to get to know them and to tell the story. And then when I'm talking to a potential channel partner, strategic partner, investor about this particular company, and I share with them the story of the podcast, which really tells the story in a nice, casual way, not a salesy way. I've been in sales for 30 years as a financial advisor, and it's been a great career. In the last 5 years, I've really spent time off and on helping startup companies, whether they're brand new or they're a few years into their concept and design, and they're trying to get out into the market, and they need to raise capital, and they need strategic partners. They need employees who can add to the value of the team. These are companies that are really, at the cutting edge of health. The companies I'm working with just happen to be in technology-related the medical field. We got Apollo Neuro here, which is a wearable that has about 8 different frequencies that helps you sleep, number one, keeps you calm during interviews with yourself, going live on LinkedIn and Zoom. So great company, founded by Dr. David Rabin. He's a neuroscientist and psychiatrist, and he's got a practice. Great guy. And his wife, Catherine, founded the company about 5 years ago, launched it 3 years ago. So they're doing millions of dollars a year in sales, doing fantastic and growing their business. And I'm honored to consider them as a client, with helping out with a few strategic initiatives. And another company is Blink Frames, where you actually wear a set of eyeglass frames. They have 2 cameras inside, and they actually can perform 30 tests on your iris, on your eyes, and measure your all kinds of crazy things to see how healthy you are. I guess 60% of testing on the body to see how healthy it is can be done just by looking at the eyes. Who would have known? And that's a company that was designed and founded by Joshua Park out in Carlsbad. Got to meet him, and again, we're doing some strategic things with him as a consultant. And I just saw him at a big event out in Irvine at the Hangar 244 that Steve Silver produced with his partner Joe. Did a fantastic job. Had about 1,500 people there, 50 companies pitching, countless investors and angel groups, and it was just a real hoot and a great time and very productive of just getting a lot of people together to help startups with their various needs, right? And I have a soft heart for startup and entrepreneurs because it is a heavy lift. And to come up with an idea, a concept, to put your money into it, to put your money where your mouth is, so to speak, and lay it on the line, ask for friends and family to help, ride along with their dream. And then the next step is, after you've gone through all of your friends and family and they've given you, $5, $10, $50, $100,000, then you have to go find the next round of professional investors, angel groups, and then beyond that, you have the professional fund managers or family offices. It's a heavy lift, and then to get into revenue, and then to get profitable, it is really a miracle what these startups do. And this evening at 6:00 at the Valley Ho, I just received an invitation through LinkedIn. They're hosting the third annual anniversary here. I guess it's an anniversary party for the Arizona Entrepreneurs Group. And I sent them a text. I said, I will be there absolutely and support them. Entrepreneurs like publishers here in town. I'm meeting with Britt Bennett of Stroll Magazine. And he's out here, helping startups and business owners and realtors and restaurants and so forth, advertise, get the word out about, what services or products they have. And, he's doing a fantastic, and then he has events out here and brings people together and for a meaningful connection with people and really help level everybody up. And, I just have a soft spot and a deep respect for those kinds of people here. So, anyway, I'm just here, hanging out at the podcast studios in downtown Scottsdale. Really have had a good time. Like I said, meeting great people, having them come here in the studio, record live video and stream that out through StreamYard. They have a great editing staff here that edits the audio and then puts together, little clips to send out to social media. So it's been a great way to kind of share my brand, Capital Fit. And, Capital Fit is really, born out of my experience working in capital, investing for clients, for businesses, being a fiduciary for clients for their wealth and helping them retire comfortably with enough, income that they can retire in style. But then, in the last, say, 5 to 7 years, as I've made my way into my 50s here, I've come across a lot of my friends, clients, business associates who have done a great job building their capital and their companies, but their health isn't as great as it should be. So I came up with the idea about what is your wealth without your health? Unlocking your wealth by unlocking your true health, and that's why Rick Jacoby is such a big part of my podcast show. He's a dear friend. We talk almost every single day. We have a couple initiatives that we're going to be launching here. His new book, Unglued, How to Unglue Yourself from the Effects of Sugar. Number 1, get off sugar, carbs, all sugar. And then number 2, how to unglue yourself from the effects of sugar, whether it's neuropathy, whether it's microcirculation issues, and you can't feel your toes, or tingly in your fingers and hands and face, and how to undo all that. And there's great technology out there. There's technology wearables to keep you calm during these stressful times that help regulate our autonomic nervous system. There's, glasses to help look at your eyes. And in particular, we're looking at to bring blink frames to the trucking industry because it'll save lives by having those glasses on. You have companies like Avicen, AVACEN, with their microcirculatory device where you put your hand in, heats up your blood, vacuum seals your wrist, and within 20 minutes you have increased your blood flow, broken up clots. 15-year company doing great things, and it works. I mean, these are just amazing companies that you'd never know about. They only sell 1,200 units a year, 1,500 units a year, almost like B2C and an affiliate kind of program. So they just, these are companies that, with their founders, that have a great product, a great technology that serves humanity. They just haven't figured out how to get it out in mass. So that's another thing that I've been trying to help these startup companies, not startup, but companies that are in a medical device world that needs to be, the story needs to be told. And so, so anyway, but getting back to, my what is my ask? What is my purpose here? What's my passion is to help startups, help companies as a consultant in whatever needs that they have, capital, personnel, strategy, and And it's just been a great, fun ride for me in the last 5 years. I'm a shareholder in a lot of great companies here, and I have a couple that are looking to have some nice exits here, and I'm really excited about that. Been involved in an agricultural project in southern Arizona, down there near Tombstone, and that's been in developing the last several years. So I'll have some great announcements about that project here coming up in the next few months. So I'll let you know on that. And really, this is just my first solo event here that I've done in my studio, like I said, and I'm going to do it again. This has been great. I just want to let you all know I'm cheering for everybody out there. It's a tough economy. There's a lot of fear with the war in Israel and Palestine, and a lot of just uncertainty. We did have what seems to be the Feds that are Federal Reserve Bank that looks like it's done raising rates and crushing this economy. And then, of course, what happens? The stock market goes up, like crazy because I think, all the interest rate hikes are done. So that means, now it's going to be clear sailing. We'll bring down the rates, economy will build back up, and who knows really. So you just want to maintain a portfolio of a diversified portfolio. We'll be looking back at bonds, really. I mean, bonds are really a great opportunity here. Because of where the rates are, where they're likely to go down, right? Private equity has been a great space here in the last year. And then I came across a crypto fund manager out in Fort Collins, Colorado, Joshua Peck, and he had a webinar today. About 30 some odd participants on there, and I'm helping him with some investor relations stuff. And he's super busy with managing his personal portfolio of crypto, and he created a fund to bring it out through high net worth individuals and family offices to then recommend to their clients and their families. And it's an interesting story that'll be told and shared by myself for the next foreseeable future. And Joshua's been involved in the crypto world since 2012-13 when he bought Bitcoin for $20 a coin, and he built a business, got to $30 million in revenue, retired, basically took his capital, formed his own family office, and then a few years ago felt that he had perfected an algorithm to trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrency so that he gets the upside of Bitcoin, but about 2/3 less downside. And he's proving that over a 4-year period. So we met at a conference in Newport Beach several months back, and he's been I just recently became a client seeking my help on a few initiatives that he's working towards and trying to, build out his business and his investor base. So it's a great story again that'll be told here. True Code Capital is the name of his company, truecodecapital.com, Joshua Peck. So we'll be hearing from him here probably on one of my studio recordings, podcasts. So when I tell his story, and I'm here just to, highlight and elevate those out there doing great and unique things, like crypto funds, like technologies that help people, be happier and calmer, and we all need that, right? We have, vineyard startup owners. We have companies that are in the software industry trying to fix the broken medical record system that we have, and I understand up there in Canada, they have a massive shortage of primary care doctors. And I think 1/3 of the entire population in Canada does not have a primary care physician because they're booked for months and months and months, and people have just simply given up. So much for universal health care, the big story that's been kind of shoved down our throat in the last couple of decades about, Canada's the way to go, right? Great. News bulletin, 1/3 of the population doesn't have a physician. In the next 5 years, 45% of the physicians are looking to retire from Canada and practicing. So that's a huge problem. The nurses here are on strike in the U.S. because the medical system has then now pushed the care of the patient care onto nurses. So God bless them. And they're, in various strikes across the country, and God bless them. They are frontline workers trying to, follow the rules of the hospital and the record-keeping system, treat the patient as best as they can within the system that they are thrown into. really do the doctor's bidding. It seems like it's just been pushed down to them to take care of the patient like they're the doctor. And that all, you can go back to when that all happened, and for Obamacare and where we're going with that. I don't know where we're going with that. I think you just got to take care of yourself. You got to wear great medical devices that keep you calm and healthy. And so your own cellular makeup, your own body, your own cells can actually heal you. That's the whole study of epigenetics, where epigenetics is how the body and the mind, your thought and your energy kind of turns on or off certain genetic traits, and how you can heal yourself just through your own mindfulness and meditation practices and getting rid of past trauma, really healing yourself naturally. So I'm a big proponent of that. And so a shout out to, osteopathic doctors and naturopathic doctors and DOs and chiropractors, just great people that are trying to approach serving patients in a different way, not just, writing a script and saying, here you go, nice to meet you, see you next month, right? And Rick and I talk about that in a lot of our podcast episodes and prior episodes, so be sure to check out Capital Fit on Spotify, iTunes, to listen to those, because it's really I can't even pronounce it, edutainment, education and entertainment in one. I really my message is to just educate you, inspire you, help you, figure out where to, possibilities of where to place your capital, how to take care of your body, how to take care of your mind. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity to have the platform of podcasting and great companies and technologies like StreamYard to actually stream direct to you, and then influence those and be a person creating content authentically as I continue to improve every single day myself personally, and push myself out of comfort zones like doing podcasts by myself. So I hope you enjoy the show, and so I'll just say peace to you. Keep the faith. Stay positive every single day. Hug your kids. Love your wife. Your significant others, your parents, because we're not here for very long. So just be mindful of that. And I think when you do that, you'll have a lasting impact on humanity. And just keep it cool, and we'll see you around. Okay? Bye.